Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly Connect. So in this video we will learn how to integrate Basecamp and ClickUp. So our use case is pretty simple. When a new to-do is created in Basecamp, it will automatically create a task in ClickUp. Now Basecamp is an awesome real-time communication tool and ClickUp is a project management software. So what we're going to do is, we are going to send the data from Basecamp to ClickUp. But there is one minor problem. There is no integration between Basecamp and ClickUp. So in cases like these, we need to bring a third app to connect them both. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Basecamp and ClickUp. And the best part of using Pabbly Connect is, there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com. Press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here hover on products and at the bottom you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect and then click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here I would like to mention one more thing, that Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So you just have to clone the template of its workflow, which is available in the description box. Once you clone the template, you will get immediate access to this amazing workflow in your account. Okay, so scroll down and at the bottom you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Basecamp to ClickUp. Basecamp to ClickUp. Then click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Basecamp? Because we want to send the data from Basecamp, that is why. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new to do? Okay, so new to do is basically a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new to do is created, then what action should be taken by the system? Actually, there are many more trigger events like new to do list, new message, new comment, new upload, new document, client reply, client approval response, and so on. However, in case if you don't find the trigger of your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com for the specific trigger that you want to build. But at present, I just want to send the data when a new to-do is made in Basecamp. Okay, so just click on connect with Basecamp. Okay, again in the new credentials, just again click on connect with Basecamp. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect is demanding access to Basecamp. So I'm just going to click on allow access. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just click on OK. So as you can see in the account, it is showing the account as SpaceX. This is because my company name is SpaceX, which I have registered in Basecamp. That is why. And then the project, it is showing it as Erosion. There are many more projects like Save Environment, Save Water, Save Tiger, Sales, Space, X, HQ, and so on. All of them are the projects that is present here. For example, let's have a look. Okay, so these are all the projects I have. Okay, so these are all the projects I have. So what if I create a new project? So the project name is Save Elephants. Okay, so I'm just clicking on save. Okay, so let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me refresh this. Okay, so when we refresh this, you can expect to find the project called as Save Elephants in the drop-down. So my point is, whatever variation that is bought here will be reflected here because Basecamp is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new to-do in this project called as Save Environment. Okay, so basically we are going to connect this webhook URL to this project in Basecamp. So where is our project? So this is the project Save Environment. So basically we are going to connect this particular project to Pabbly Connect. So all we have to do at this point is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that we have integrated this particular project save environment to Pabbly Connect. Okay, because we have mentioned the project as save environment in Pabbly Connect. Excellent. So basically this means that anytime a new to-do is created in this particular project, Pabbly Connect has to capture this data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me scroll down and click on this button, Capture Webhook Response. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So let me go to this particular project. I'm selecting this and I'm going to make a to-do. So I'm going to make a list. So the name this list as ban leather products. Okay, so this is the okay, and then we can add extra details, something like ban needs to stay for long time. Okay, so I'm going to give a description, a small description. Leather is not environment friendly. Excellent. Okay, so we are going to assign this particular to-do to this person called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆. Okay, and I'm going to select a day. For example, the day is on 13. Okay, no, how about we make it run for multiple days? So we are going to select the day as 17. Okay, how about we create the day as 17, and the next day and the due day should be, how about we make it as Friday? Okay, so the project is going to run from 17 January 2021 to Friday, January 22, 2021. Excellent. So I'm just going to click on add to do. Okay, so a new to-do has been created. So let's have a look. Since Pabbly Connect is integrated with this particular project, has it captured this particular to-do? Okay, so as you can see, the API response is showing some data related to this particular to-do. Okay, so as you can see, this is the title, leather is not friendly, environmental friendly. So where is the person's name that has been assigned? So basically this is the project, and where is the person's name? So as you can see, the assignee's name is not available. Okay, so let me scroll down even more. So where is the person's name? Okay, we have assigned that task to this particular person called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆, and we also don't have the details regarding the start date as well as the due date. So where are those details? It is showing the date at which it was created, that is today, but where are the details related to the start date and the due date? Okay, so all those details are not available. So basically we have to extract those details from a particular ID. So your obvious question is how I'm going to do that. It's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is scroll down and click on this button. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another window opens up. So in the Choose app, how about we make it as Basecamp once more? Okay, so now in the action event, scroll down and just click on Get To Do Details, because we want to get the details of this to-do task. Okay, so just click on Connect with Basecamp. Again, click on Connect with Basecamp. Okay, so yes, I will allow access. You know the drill. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just click on OK. Okay, so we have to get the project ID as well as the to-do ID. Okay, so first of all, we will get the project ID. So basically we have to map in the project ID. So let me scroll up and let me show you the project ID. So the project ID is basically here. Okay, so where is our project ID? Recording bucket something should be. Okay, so basically this is the recording ID. Okay, so where is our project ID? Let me scroll down even more. Okay, so this is your project ID. Excellent. So basically we have to fill these details here in these blanks, project ID and to-do ID. So to map in those details, all you have to do is just click on this button. Okay, so this button is called as the mapping button. Scroll down and you will find the project recording bucket ID. So this is the project ID, and also then we have to enter the to-do ID. So basically just again press this button and this is your recording ID, that is the to-do ID. Okay, so basically we have mapped in the project ID and then we have mapped in the to-do ID. Excellent. So just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the data has been extracted. So the content is the leather is not environmental friendly. Okay, so we got that. So this is the person that has been assigned to, that is 𝗪𝗵𝘆, and this is the email address 𝗪𝗵𝘆27@gmail.com. Of course, and then where is our start date and the due date? Okay, so this is the start date. That is that is 17 January 2021, and this is the due date 22 January 2021. Excellent. So we are ready to create a task in ClickUp. So to do that, all you have to do is just click on this plus button. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as ClickUp, because we want to sync all the data to ClickUp to create a task. Okay, so we have chosen the app as ClickUp. Then in the action event, how about we make it as create a task. Okay, so just click on connect with ClickUp. Okay, so in the new credentials, we have to fill in the API token. So to get the API token, let's have a visit to ClickUp. Okay, so this is my ClickUp account. So at the left bottom, you will find the option of your profile. So this is my profile and it is called as 𝗪𝗍𝗄𝗯𝗯𝗹𝘆 workspace. And here you will find the option called as apps. Click this. Okay, so now this is your API token. Simply copy this and just paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the API token. Just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of this blank is very simple. We are going to create a task in ClickUp from the data that we have received from Basecamp via Pabbly Connect. But before we map in the details, there are actually two things that I want to tell you. The first thing is Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. And the second thing is, let me scroll down and let me show you. So as you can see, this is the blank for the due date and this is the blank for the start date, and it is demanding, as you can read, it is demanding the time format in POSIX format. Okay, so as you can see, both of them are demanding in POSIX format. Okay, so but the problem is we have derived the start date as well as the end date in the year, month and day format. This is actually very different from the POSIX format. Okay, so you are hearing a lot of POSIX formats. So now your obvious question is, what is a POSIX format? So POSIX format means the number of milliseconds that has elapsed since January 1, 1970. So we are not going to get into much technicalities about POSIX, but I will tell you this. This format is very easy for the machines to read and perform calculations. For example, May 30, 2019 will be read like this. This is the POSIX format for May 30, 2019. So basically we have to convert this particular format, both of them, the start date as well as the due date, into POSIX format or the machine format. It is also called as the timestamp format. Okay, so basically we have to convert them so that the ClickUp can accept it. So your obvious question is how I'm going to do that. It's actually pretty easy. All we have to do is introduce two more action windows. Okay, so I'm going to introduce one action window here. Okay, so in the choose app, since we are going to change the time format, so let's make it as datetime formatter. Now in the action event, how about we make it as format date only. So the choose app is a datetime formatter and the action event is format date only. Then just click on connect with datetime formatter. Okay, so basically we have a blank called as the date. So we have to enter the blank. We have to enter the details for this blank. So I'm going to select the date that we have received, that we have extracted. So basically this is for the start date. So the start date, where was our start date? Okay, so this is our start date, that is 17 January 2021, and the format we are going to change is the POSIX format or the timestamp format, this one. Okay, so basically at this point this is the timestamp format and this is in seconds, but basically we want to convert them into milliseconds. I will explain you later. So just at this point just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we have got the API response. So the result is in timestamp format. So basically this is in seconds. We have to convert them into milliseconds to get the actual POSIX format. So to do that, all we have to do is multiply it by 1000. So basically 1 second is equal to 1000 milliseconds. So that is why we are going to multiply it with additional 3 zeros, that is 1000. We are going to do it later, don't worry. Okay, so basically we have converted the start date, that is 17 January 2021 into the timestamp format. Okay, so now we have to convert the due date also. So again, we are going to introduce the action window for the date time formatter to convert the due date. Okay, so again in the action event, how about we make it as format date only? Then click on connect with date time formatter. Okay, so we know the drill. Just click here and find the due date. So we have extracted the due date, and it was where was the due date? Okay, so it's not the due date, yes, this one. So we have mapped the due date, and we are going to convert them first into timestamp format. Okay, so basically this is in seconds. Okay, so just click on save and send test request. Okay, so basically this is the due date in basically year, months, and date time, that is 22 January 2021, and this is the timestamp format. Excellent. Now basically this timestamp format for the due date and the start date is in seconds. We have to convert them into milliseconds. Okay, so how about we start mapping in the details? So let me scroll down and let me again click on connect with ClickUp. Okay, so we are going with the last one. Just click on save. Okay, so it has all been refreshed. So as you can see in the workspace, it is showing it as 𝗪𝗍's workspace. So let me introduce you to my ClickUp account. So let me take you back. So as you can see, there is only one workspace called as 𝗪𝗍's workspace. That is why Pabbly Connect, since it is integrated with the ClickUp, it is reflecting it as 𝗪𝗍's workspace. Now in the space, when we drop it down, we will see different spaces like Pabbly, DLFG, junk, and space. So let me go to ClickUp and let me show you all the spaces I have. So these are all the spaces I have: Pabbly, DLFG, junk, and space. Basically all the space that is present here is being reflected here. So I want to create a task in this particular space, that is Pabbly. Okay, so in the space called as Pabbly, there is a folder called as integrations. So let me show you. So this is the space Pabbly, and as you can see, there is only one folder called as integrations. That is why it is showing it as integrations. Okay, now in the list name, there are actually a ton of list. That is list 2 integration, calendar invites, Todoist to ClickUp, GitHub, issues, list 3, list 4, list 1, and so on. So to explain you better, how about we create one more list? Okay, I'm going to create a list. Okay, so the name of the list is list 5. I'm just going to click on apply. Okay, a list called as list 5 has been created. Okay, so when we go there and expand this again, we can okay, first let me refresh this. Okay, and when we go back, we can expect to find the list 5. Okay, so my plan is very simple. I actually want to create the task in this particular list. Okay, list called as list. Okay, so we will start mapping the details. So in the task name, we will just click here and give the task name. Okay, so the task name, let me scroll down, was related to leather is not environmental friendly. Okay, so this is the task, and the description can be ban leather products, and this task has been assigned to, and we can give the name of the person that has been assigned to. It was 𝗪𝗵𝘆. Okay, and he or she has confirmed it on her email, on his or her email, okay, so we are just going to type the email, so map in the email. So this is the email. Okay, excellent. So the assignee's email is basically your account. There are a ton of assignee, so that is basically you, that is me. So I'm keeping it as 𝗪𝗍, and in the tags I'm just going to enter a pair of double quotes, and inside the pair of double quotes, since this data came from Basecamp, I'm just going to type it as Basecamp. Okay, now we have the priority as urgent. It's not that high, so it's not that urgent, so we are just going to keep it as low. And then we have the due date and the start date. Okay, so we will start mapping in the due date as well as the start date. So let me scroll down and let me enter the due date. So this is the format for the due date. So as I mentioned before, this is in seconds. We have to convert them into milliseconds. So I'm just going to add 3 additional 0. Okay, it has been converted into milliseconds. It is that easy. Okay, now it's the same with the start date. Just click this and we will map the start date. So let me scroll down and let me map the start date. So this is the start date, and this is in seconds, and I have converted into milliseconds by adding 3 additional zeros. The status, let us keep it as to do. Okay, so basically we have entered all the details. All we have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the data has been given to ClickUp. So let's have a look in ClickUp. So we have created the task in this particular list. Okay, so let's have a look in this list whether we have a task related to something called as leather or something it was. So let me scroll down. There are a ton of tasks. Okay, so as you can see, we have the task as leather is not environmental friendly. Excellent. So the presence of this particular task shows that we have successfully integrated Basecamp and ClickUp with help of Pabbly Connect. So how about we double check if our integration is working fine or not. But before we do that, let me show you the whole gist of the process. So I'm taking you back to Pabbly Connect. And what I'm going to do here is I'm minimizing this action window related to ClickUp, and I'm minimizing this action window related to datetime formatter. Again, I'm minimizing this action window related to datetime formatter. Again, I'm minimizing this action window related to Basecamp, and of course I'm minimizing the trigger window. Okay, so basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Basecamp to Pabbly Connect, and then you have used an action window to extract the details. Then you have used another action window to convert the human readable date time to POSIX format for the start date. Again, you have converted the due date to POSIX format, and then you have integrated ClickUp to Pabbly Connect. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Basecamp to ClickUp. Excellent. So how about we create one more task? So I'm going to go back to save environment, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create another ban flesh eating, plan flesh eating. Okay, and then I'm going to add to the list. Okay, so I'm going to give a description, flesh eating causes animal injury, something random that's popping in my head. I'm going to assign this to a person. Okay, I'm going to assign this to this guy, okay, called as Michael. And when done, okay, and we are going to select a date, run for multiple days. So it is from 25 January to 29th of January. Okay, so just click on add to do. Okay, so our to do has been added, and it is called as ban flesh eating. So let's have a look in ClickUp whether we have a okay, so as you can see, we have a to-do called as flesh eating causes animal injury, and when we look at this, we can see the rest of the detail, ban flesh eating, and this task has been assigned to Michael, and he actually confirmed it on his or her email address. So this is the email address. Excellent. So our integration is working absolutely fine. This means anytime a new to-do is created in Basecamp, it will be reflected as a task in ClickUp.
Not just these two apps, you can integrate up plenty of applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to automate your workflows. Or better, just visit our website www.pabbly.com. It's awesome. Thanks.